Assume that a procedure yields a binomial distribution with n is equal to 7 trials and a probability of success of p is equal to 0.70. Use a binomial probability table, or StatCrunch, to find the probability that the number of successes x is exactly 5. So we're going to first do it with the StatCrunch, and then I'm going to show you how you would do it with the table. Now the key word that we need to look at here is that it says x is exactly 5. So now with StatCrunch, we're going to do the following. So I'm going to open this up. We're going to select Stat, highlight Calculators, and then select Binomial. We're going to enter the number of trials, which you can see here where n is equal to 7. And the probability of success, which is given, is equal to 0.70. And we want to find the probability that the number of successes x is exactly 5. So it's really important to make sure that you understand how to put this in a probability symbol. Probability of exactly 5 is the same thing as or equal to the probability of x equals 5. And then you're going to click compute. So I'm going to open up StatCrunch. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Stat, go to Calculators, and then select Binomial. Okay, now remember again, it says here that n is equal to 7 and then p is equal to 0.70. So we're going to change our n here to make it 7. And then we're going to change the probability here to be 0.70. Now we also know that because we're looking for exactly, see here, we're looking for exactly 5. We know that it's going to represent x, which is going to equal the value of 5. So then we are given the probability there. So let me copy the probability. And then you will notice the probability that we get is 0.31765. Now, depending on what the question is asking you to round it to, that's what you're going to do. So let's go ahead and do this. So now we're going to go ahead and then round that to 3 decimal places. So if you round it to 3 decimal places, you're going to see the following. You're going to see that we end up going to 0.318. So therefore, the probability of 5 successes with 7 trials of the experiment, given the probability of 0.70 of success on a given trial, is 0.318. Now, if I wanted to use the table, again, we need to look at how we set up this probability symbolic-wise. So, again, we know that n is equal to 7. We know that p is equal to 0.70. And we know that x is equal to 5. So, if we wanted to use our binomial probability table, okay, so we want to look to make sure that we have n is equal to 7. So that's the first thing. So we have n, which is equal to 7. And then we also need to locate where n is 5. So there's where n is 5. And then we need to look for the probability of 0.70, which is here. So if we meet here and then there, you will see that we will also get the probability of 0.318 using the binomial probability table.